car review on a video game channel. Nice. I want to make this to give a fair analysis of the car with specs, driving experience, and quirks and features, so someone can decide if this is the car for them. Now, for the car. This is a 2009 Chevrolet Cobalt SS sedan. This car was a blast in Need for Speed, and I've wanted one since I was in, first grade. But some people get confused when I say Cobalt and Dream Car in the same sentence, since it kind of looks like something that just rolled off an Enterprise lot. And yeah, I can't really deny that, but that's kind of the point of the car like this. Even though all these cars look the same, they're all different under the hood. This one's the LSJ, which makes 205 horsepower with a Roots-type supercharger, and sounds like this.
Then check this out.
And alongside it is the naturally aspirated LE5 with 175 horsepower. We'll skip this one in its shitty timing chain. Mine isn't either of these though. In here is a turbocharged LNF. It makes twin 260 horsepower torque, and it's a more advanced engine, with EFI, VVT, and forged internals. Depending on your altitude, the Spinny Boy makes between 18 and 21 psi stock. Also, every LNF has this little ticking noise. I think that's just what the injectors sound like, but point is, it's not broken. So, how's the engine feel? Following tradition with American cars, there's a lot of torque and no revs to play with. Redline, 6,300 RPM. Trying to rev an LNF Cobalt like a Honda won't do it justice because the torque comes on so early. It stays into the mid-range for a while though, and second gear is a godsend. And while, yes, that power is going through the front wheels, this is good for 3 reasons. 1, the sensation of being pulled like a water skier is a lot of fun. 2, there's more space in the cabin. And 3, since FF drifting isn't considered real drifting, these cars were spared the S-chassis treatment. Also, and yeah, torque steer kinda sucks, but if you have the G85 package with the Quake LSD, it's not much of an issue. Not that mine has it though. Whatever, I don't care. What this car does have is a high flow catted downpipe, a better intake tube, and a K&N drop-in. Now, regarding octane, in the gas cap, it says that premium fuel is recommended, and in the manual, it also says premium fuel is recommended, but you can go for 87 if you want. But under the hood here, it says premium fuel is required, so I guess there was a misunderstanding between the advertising and engineering divisions. I don't know. With 91 or 93, I'm seeing around 25 combined, which is pretty good. Stay off a boost, and you might hit low 30s. As for the transmission, it's a 5-speed manual, no automatic option. Now, Roman from the fast lane called the transmission notchy and kind of hard to shift, and I see where he's coming from. That's actually exactly how I'd describe it. I'm not trying to steal his quote here, but this is a bitch to learn on. The shifter is comparable to a pump-action shotgun, and the clutch is very firm with a high bite point. So, it's not the easiest to drive, but still better than an auto. But as fast as it is, this car could not escape the General Motors parts bin. These panels feel like Nerf guns, and I'm trying to be careful with these buttons as to not snap them off. There's also no storage space besides this thing in the glove box, and this handbrake really kind of sucks. The button always gets stuck on it's just kind of a mess. But besides that, all the stuff you use to drive are pretty comfy. For example, the steering wheel has a bunch of useful buttons for changing volume and answering calls and whatnot. Now here's a fun party trick. Click the Bluetooth button and say list. It'll spit out a recording of all the people that had their phone paired to your Cobalt SS before you.
Okay, here's a list of all your paired Bluetooth devices.
Billy.
Dot Hunter.
Patty's. iPhone 7.
Returning to the Bluetooth menu. Bluetooth ready.
Off.
Help. To pair a Bluetooth device.
Wait. Yeah, that's about right for 2000s Bluetooth. Well, that, comfy seats, and a functional boost gauge go a long way. This little button here is emblematic of everything I love about this car. The focus is so much on the driver that the traction control is right next to the damn steering wheel. And then you press it twice, and there's competitive mode with launch control. You don't have to put in some dumbass cheat codes like you do with modern cars and even modern Chevy cars. They're just right next to the damn steering wheel. For shit's sake, you could even power shift in this car. Stock. I can't even think of another car that does that, and it just works.
All of this just works. It's not, I'm not kidding.
But even with launch control, no lift shift, and great seats, it's still not enough to make this a nice interior. But honestly, I don't mind it. For me, the rest of the car is worth it, but I get why this is a deal breaker for some people. Alright, let's change the topic. We're talking about the spoiler now. It is from General Motors as an option for Cobalt sedans. Some people aren't gonna like it, and I think that's because that's the wrong color. I'm getting the car into a paint shop because the previous owner had a tree branch fall on the A-pillar, so I'm gonna get the wing painted while I'm at it. I really didn't like how the stock spoiler looked, mostly because it's just really small for such a large back end, and I wanted it to look more like the coupes. Now, I don't do review scores because I don't think it's really possible to sum up an entire opinion of a product just by assigning it a number. So I'll say this. If you're looking for a well-priced Turbo 4 with good fuel economy and power and can put up with a mediocre interior, this is a phenomenal car. And that's what I'm going to leave it to. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I guess I'm back on YouTube for the first time in 2 years, but I'm definitely not continuing the dumb videos I did in high school. Regardless, I'll be posting a little more, so thanks for watching, lads.